y'all, Renee here. Sorry I've been gone so long. We've been traveling. We just got back from a really fun trip. We did, let's see, Australia, the South Pacific, Hawaii, Seattle, Canada, and Alaska on a cruise. Well, a couple cruises back to back. So much fun, but it means we've been gone forever. So I had started this kit before I left, but I didn't get it finished until just now. And I need to use some of these cards very shortly. So I thought I'd go ahead and do just a quick video for you before we leave again on another trip. Loving retirement, but man, sometimes I think I'd like to stay home a little more. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about that when years from now and I can't travel as much as we do, and I'll be wishing we were traveling. So I guess I'm just never happy. Oh well. Anyway, this is the paper pumpkin from April 2026. I pulled in a whole bunch of other supplies, so I will show you those as we go along. But first, let me show you the cards themselves that the kit designed. And I just changed some of the sentiments because I don't need quite so many Father's Day cards. So let me show you what I did. So this one was supposed to say, "Thanks, Dad." One says, "Thanks, Dad." One says, "Happy Father's Day." And then another one says, "Birthday." I love the way these came out, and I think I'm going to use this design because I have a lot of little pieces of ephemera that I'd like to use up. So that's how those three came out. And then this one was supposed to say, "Older, wiser, better, happy birthday." And I did it exactly as it says. So I made three just like the design from the kit. And like I said, I love the way these came out. I really love this little bike. I wish I could buy just this bike ephemera. I may have to see if I have a stamp that looks similar. So I think I might, and make some more of this design because I really like this design. And I love how it uses this paper. I have some paper that has some scenes like this that I just haven't figured out how exactly to use them, and I think this would be a great way to use them. And then the last card was supposed to be all Happy Father's Day, and that's exactly what I did. So again, I love this simple design using a paper that's got a really nice printed design on the background. Sometimes I'm lost for what to do with those kind of papers, so this will be a good design to use for that. Another great way to use this design is it uses just a little bit of a pattern paper, and then you could always use just a background of some really pretty embossed paper. I have a lot of embossing folders, don't always use them, but there's the 9 that this kit actually made. And then I always cut the card bases in half and attach these to just a white card base. And then I use the other half of the original card bases to make at least 9 more cards. Now I usually cut up the envelopes as well. I have not cut up these envelopes. They are really pretty, and I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to cut up the envelopes or just use them as envelopes. So, but I thought I'd go ahead and get this video done so I can use the cards that I have made. So here is what I did next. So of course I made, let's see, I got them all kind of out of order, didn't I? Let me fix this so I can show you what I made with each background. Okay, so sorry about that. So with the second half of the card base from this card, which was this wood grain, I did 3 different things. So here's the first one. And how I made this one is, let's see, I used Gallery Blooms, and then which ones are these? Spotlight on Nature dies for the circles. And then Gallery Blooms, I also have the dies for these. So that's what I did with that. And then I also used a circle from inside this paper, which was the background of, which one was that? Oh, it was the other side of this card base. This card base had this on the back side. So that's what I used for that. But what I did was I cut out this Spotlight on Nature circle, out of this green, and then I did the same thing out of this and then just flip-flopped it. So these cards are the exact same design, exact same colors, but just flip-flop the background papers. So I should show you those together. Okay, so what else I did with this is I used, this was from Close to My Heart, and I'm not sure if, nope, I don't have this particular stamp set anymore. I did sell it, and it was, I had a whole bunch of things that I stamped and I die cut, but I hadn't colored. So I went ahead and pulled these two out of my stash, colored them up. Just some simple, I do think if I were to do this again, I would emboss this because I think it's just a little flat. And then this happy birthday, I cut a whole bunch of these. Do I even have the, it's a Stampin' Up! Stamp set that does all kinds of sentiments all in one pass with a big giant die. So that's where the happy birthday came from. Then this one was really fun. This is a Stampin' Die set that I've had for a while, and I've really wanted to use it. I just hadn't taken the time to do it. This Stampin' Die set does take a little bit of pre-thought and effort and all the things because it has all of these little, so I just made a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't use it all, so I just threw it in my little package here. But I love the way it came out. A birthday for the books. And this is using the last piece that I had of this wood grain. I thought that would look cute for the actual bookcase itself. So love the way this came out. Just had some fun with it. Let's see, most of it is stamping and then just solid color cardstock. This little flower that I put in the photo frame is actually from the Gallery Blooms. I just used the little tip of, I think that's supposed to be a lilac, the little tip of the lilac. So love the way that came out. This was really fun. I want to make some more of these kind of cards, but like I said, they do take some time and thought process to work. So let's go to the other half of this card base with the stripes. And this is what I made with this. And I'm absolutely loving the way these two came out. When I saw these stripes, I immediately thought nautical. And I'm like, okay, what nautical stamp sets do I have? This is an old Close to My Heart called Seaside Greetings Occasions. Love this stamp set. This is one of the ones that I kept. I did keep a box of Close to My Heart stamps, and then all the rest I've sold or I'm selling. And when I get done with a lot of this travel, I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of Close to My Heart stamps to my Etsy to sell. Or I'm sorry, not my Etsy. Is it my Etsy? eBay. No, Etsy. Whatever it is, I'll tell you what it is when it happens because I can't remember. But anyway, it's eBay. It is eBay that I sell these on. So I'll let you know when I put out a whole bunch. You can take a look if there's anything you're looking for. So that's what I did with these two. I really liked the way they came out. It was a lot of fun. I did use the stamp set. I probably should have showed you that. Stamp set that came with this kit. They don't print the little papers anymore, so I'm going to have to cut this and use this. It has these little birds, and I really like the way those came out. So I'm actually using these birds a lot on a lot of different things. I didn't put any on here. I used a little, the little clouds from the Close to My Heart set, but love the way these came out. Really, really pretty. And I'm always looking for birthday cards for male family members, and I have a lot of flowers and other things that are good for women. But this particular kit, I ended up with a lot of birthday cards that would be suitable for men. Then this one is, let's see, I don't know where I got the Time to Celebrate. That Time to Celebrate is from some other kit, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. This girl is from a Close to My Heart stamp set, of course, that I sold, but I did stamp out a few of them before I sold it, and colored her up with my Copics. Love the way this came out with her little handbag, and really thought this, again, nautical is what I was thinking, so I thought, okay, this one works. I think this was called To the Beach or At the Beach or something like that. If you really, really have to have it, let me know, because I'm sure I have it written down in my records somewhere what the name of it is, so you can go look for it. Great stamp set. And then for the rest of the other side of these ones, I did this one, and this one came from let's see. It came from this old close to my heart, Hooked on You, Seasons in Nature. And I love the fish. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it very well, but this is what it stamps like. And then it has this little um, line and hook. Love the way this whole thing, I just used this whole stamp set for the whole thing. And then a little bit of some rustic ribbon from Close to My Heart. I missed that ribbon. I'm almost out of it. And then my final card, I need some birthday or some thank you cards. And so what I did was I cut it out with this old die from Close to My Heart. It's a big thank you. And then I thought, you know what? I want to make that into a shaker. So there's the shaker bits. But I hate using all of the foam tape. So what I did, and you can see here on the side maybe, is I took 2 dies from, I think these are Spellbinders, maybe. Just any basic rectangle die will work. And I taped them together to make myself a frame. And the frame, I couldn't make a frame that was exactly the size I needed, but I thought, you know what, this looks okay. And when I put the adhesive on it, it turned it a little bit of a darker color so that I could put down the plastic for the window. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I love shaker cards. That'll be a fun thank you card to send to somebody. So that is everything I used for this card kit. I hope you enjoyed this quick video, and if you have this kit, maybe I gave you some ideas for other things that you can make with the kit. And I think with that, I will say goodbye. I hope you're having a wonderful summer so far. I am obviously traveling all over the place, so I will hopefully be able to do some scrapbooking. Or I've also been making, if you're interested, I don't know if you remember the Snash books from years ago. I still do that. I think it's called junk journaling now, I think. I may have that wrong. But I'm going to do some of that with some of the ephemera and other things that I brought back from our trip. So if you're interested in seeing those pages, just let me know down below. I'd be happy to share them. And I may share them anyway if I feel like I want to, you know, because this is my channel. I do like all kinds of stuff. With that, I'm rambling. I'm going to let you go. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.